So all programmers are aware that something has happened recently when it comes to writing code. That I think almost all professional engineers are using one of these AI coding tools now. I think this basically started with Claude Code last year when Claude Code was launched publicly in May of 2025. And it was by about November or December that people started saying there is like a phase change where the coding tools got good enough that even senior engineers benefit from using these things to write a majority of your code. So Claude Code is like the pioneer of this area. I personally have used Claude Code a lot. I started using it late last year at some point. I didn't use it right away when it came out. I don't know exactly when I signed up for it, but it was late 2025, right around this phase change. I'm still mostly using Claude Code today, but I also use Codex, and I've been using OpenAI since ChatGPT was launched. And Codex is highly competitive with Claude Code. And I just want to highlight some tweets that I've been seeing today. So let me just look at my little profile here. Here's a good one. I'm done. Codex is effing incredible. After heavily using Claude Code for over 13 months, I've used the Codex. Opus 4.7 is painfully slow and takes 5 minutes for a one-liner. The app is super buggy, flickers constantly. I've noticed all this stuff, so I think this is true. So this is really funny. So first of all, I think Claude is an incredible tool. I love using Claude, but it does have some minor pain points. One of the biggest pain points is that I'll sit there, I type in a prompt, and it'll say, whatever it says, some funny word, ... It's waiting, I'm processing, ... But they have all these funny words. But it's not so funny when it just sits there for 5 minutes with no updates whatsoever, and I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs going, what is taking so long? Because I know if I type the same prompt into ChatGPT, it would give me an answer right away. Why is it taking 5 minutes with no update whatsoever? And the worst part is sometimes it's actually broken when that happens. It'll disconnect. Now, I hate complaining about this because I think this is a small problem in the grand scheme of things. I think Claude Code is extraordinary when compared to what came before. But we live in a highly, highly competitive economy right now, and OpenAI is in neck-and-neck competition with Claude. And Codex doesn't go down so much. I don't have that problem with Codex. And the latest model is quite good, as we see with all these people on X saying that Codex is now replacing Claude for them. So Codex has gotten good enough that these minor, the way that Claude used to be better in really small ways, but meaningful when you're programming, it's not as true anymore. And a lot of people are saying GPT 5.5 is better than Claude is, and it doesn't have these small issues. So let's move on and look at another one. Let's go back and see if we can find, here, this is a good one. So this is a thread on why is everyone making a shift from one to the other. The token output, since Opus 4.7, the output wasn't on point. So there's just qualitative opinions. This is another thing I've noticed too. You can see the differences in the model quality. The thinking is not necessarily helpful. Sometimes it feels like it's just spinning its wheels and slowing everything down. It's all qualitative. It's hard to say for sure. Let me see if I got another one. Let me find this one from Beth Jezos here. Yeah, here. Okay, so Beth Jezos, like 4.5. Opus is when I started going all in on Claude. GPT 5.5 is giving that feeling with Codex now. I think that's enough. So we start to see there's definitely a trend on X where people are saying this. I personally have started using Codex more. What I've started doing is I use both of them simultaneously, and I'll have a Claude write code and then have Codex immediately review that code right then and there. And so that gives me an orthogonal checkpoint over everything I'm doing with one. So this speeds up the process a lot because then there's less burden on me to review. I still have to review things, but I look at the output at the end. And while things are going, I have one reviewing the other. And I wasn't doing that until just recently. I only started doing that when everybody was saying that GPT 5.5 was so good that it made sense to switch from Claude. So for now, I'm actually just using both of them. So let me know what you think. You can comment on YouTube. I'm going to keep making videos mostly about AI, but I plan to get into quantum cryptography and quantum computing as well. So let me know what you think about this video. You can comment on YouTube or let me know on the Earthbucks board if you're a member of that community. So thank you very much for listening. Take care.